welcome back to Good Game Nights, GGK, and another session of Squire Squad. Um, yeah, we're down a cast member tonight, unfortunately, but we didn't want to go another month without playing, as happens with this game. I have dates for my notes, and yeah, we're supposed to be bi-weekly. But life keeps happening. Um, and we're doing our best. But we're here for some more masks in our. I don't know. I don't know where that sentence was gonna go, so I'm just gonna abandon ship and move on to other things. You just saw our intro video, which is a little outdated, but we do a lot of stuff on this channel. We do stuff pretty much every day of the week except Wednesdays, though sometimes we do stuff on Wednesdays, as evidenced by we had a one-shot of Viking Death Squad last week, which featured a lot of people that haven't been on the channel in a while. So you should check that out. It's a role-playing game based off the Black Sabbath song War Pigs. Like, explicitly, that is its inspiration. And of course, being a one-shot, it was super ridiculous and metal as hell and real good time. Speaking of other one-shots, Saturday Night Star Power finished a few weeks ago, and this past Saturday, instead of the next show, which will be Saturday night's Ward 47, which is a Parslings game, which is a word and card game. There's obviously more to it than that, but all the players have a standard deck of playing cards, and words and stuff are a big part of it. But this past Saturday, and then they'll be doing part 2 on Saturday, July 23rd, is I guess, 2-shot of The Darkest House, which is a scary horror game. I've not had the chance to watch the one-shot yet, but I've heard it is very, very scary. And there are trigger warnings and such that they will tell you about ahead of time. But if you have the stomach for that sort of thing, then definitely want to check that out. And before that, speaking of Ward 47 and Wednesdays, the session 0 for that new campaign will be on Wednesday, July 20th. So not tomorrow, but next week. And so you'll be able to see the new game and all the new characters as they get ready for the game there. Aside from that, schedule should be mostly normal this week. This Thursday will be Elegant Creatures, our Urban Shadows game. Friday will be Neon Gods, our Good Society game. This Saturday will be Saturday Night's Pathfinder. Again, hopefully we'll actually be back, but life just keeps screwing with that game in particular. So we'll see if the trend continues, but hopefully we'll be back with some more good Pathfinder 2nd edition. Sunday, we'll be back with Duskwall's Dead, Blades in the Dark, and I have to make sure I watch the last episode before that, because I was in a car in the Midwest and unable to play last time, so I'll need to catch up there. And then Monday, we'll be back around to the Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven Quartet, which is a D&D 5e game in the Strixhaven setting. And yeah, you can see all that stuff on our schedule, which we have below our faces if you're here on Twitch, or if you follow us on Twitter or join our Discord, we've got it pinned in places there. And those are the best ways to know when we're doing stuff if you're not already following us here on Twitch. We also have YouTube, where we put all our videos. So if you want hundreds of hours to go through content, we've got lots of stuff there for you to check out. I think that's it in terms of scheduling. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. So tell the folks at home who you are, where people can find you on the internets if you so choose, and who you're playing tonight. And we start, as always, with David.
All right. Yep. David, you can find me here on Tuesday nights. Tonight, I am playing Kevin, aka Paragon, from the Legacy Playbook. And next Tuesday, I will be running a Stars Without Numbers game.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm LB Hackemup. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Twitters and the Twitches. Tonight, I'll be playing Subrina, aka Corvid. She is the outsider. Normally, I'm on here on Tuesdays and on Sundays, but my whole streaming content is under arrest. And also on Twitter. That's me.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I'm going to be playing as Chloe today, her alter ego being Hemlock. That there's the Doomed playbook. Later you can find me playing that their Darkest House two-shot that was mentioned. And we all play as horror movie versions of ourselves. It's really fun. I think I took one of the skills being dumb luck. Yeah, so that should be fun.
All right, and then I'm Alex, OMG, some guy on the internet's here playing and running games Tuesdays, Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays and Sundays. And for this game, I'm the GM, so I play everybody else that these three are not playing. So let's get into what happened last time. So we started off last time with the 2v2 sparring match to test out Kevin's newfound powers, and found out that yes, he is indeed essentially a clone of the old famous hero Paragon. Laser eyes, flight, super strength, super speed, all that jazz. But the fight got a bit out of hand, with Subrina and Kevin going toe to toe and just almost blowing up the Peril Parlor training room that they were in. Though throughout the encounter, Subrina kept going out of her way to protect Chloe, despite ostensibly being on opposite teams. But afterwards, they were told that, by one of the paladins who was watching, that good job, everyone, but maybe you should, work on your teamwork next time. And Subrina, having been knocked into her natural alien form at the end of that encounter, was embarrassed that she was perceived by others in the paladins, and the team tried to console her with getting Froyo, which they had just come from getting Froyo prior to this sparring match. She declined and went back home to hang out with Gareth and practice more of her guitar. At school the next day, everyone's surprised and very interested in the new Kevin. Subrina, let's see. So we had some people showing up and talking to various squad members. We had Eve Lawson, a senior on the fencing team, approached Roz to ask who the new boy is, and what the nature of their relationship is. Roz, of course, thought that Eve was asking about Kevin. The clueless lesbian that she is. We had Yosef from the AV club and his service dog come up to Sabrina to ask about, the new games they were playing, and, also to ask about the new Kevin. The group came back together to talk to Kevin about how he is now hot and imminently popular. And Sabrina offered to help Kevin practice kissing. And for some reason, that made Roz remember that she forgot to tell the team or the paladins that she got a creepy message from her supervillain mother saying, like, hey, I'm coming to town and gonna get you. And so Roz made a call for the paladins, and as Kevin was going off to the admin office to do all the paperwork and confirm that yes, he is the former bug boy Kevin, still the same person, Anna Jones, who is the captain of the girls lacrosse team, walked up to him, gave him her number, and told him to call him, and just walked away. Kevin was able to rejoin the rest of the team at lunchtime, and there was, caught up on how he's doing, how everyone else is doing, with everyone being interested in new Kevin. And throughout this, there was the conversation of them being popular and the possibility of Kevin and Roz being king and queen of the school, potentially even prom royalty. Sabrina was excited, but also admitted that she liked the idea of being prom queen, given that it's such a big feature in teenage Earth culture, certainly teenage American culture. And Roz said, she can, totally take homecoming queen instead, since it is coming up. But then they, again, thought that, oh, cute girl Eve wanted to date Kevin. And Kevin pointed out, well, maybe she's interested in Roz. You don't know. And teenage drama, and why can't people just be straightforward with their crushes and feelings? Da 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 da. Sabrina offered to turn into someone really hot and pretend to date Roz, though Roz pointed out Sabrina's already really hot and wouldn't need to change into anyone. And Roz put together a plan to really impress Eve during fencing practice later. Chloe talked to Kevin to tell her about how people at her last school used to stare at her a lot, but they eventually stopped, and so consoling him that Kevin will get used to this new treatment. Later at fencing, Roz does her showiest sportsmanship, and Chloe's hanging out for the buddy system in case Roz's evil mom shows up to kidnap her, and Eve approaches Chloe to ask if Kevin and Roz are in fact dating. Chloe asked what Eve's intentions with her friends were, and Eve admitted to wanting to hang out with Roz. Chloe confirms that they are not dating and that Kevin won't be a threat. At gardening club later, Jimothy asks Kevin and Sabrina about the new Kevin and how how the change in physiology affects their polycule. Still convinced that the group is just a polycule, and that's what he's secretly covering for, is you all going off and smooching and whatnot. Sabrina, being exasperated with this, asked if he can keep a secret, and after he swore that he could, changed her form into the Golden Duke before him and pretended that the gardening club is really the support team for the Golden Duke. Jimothy, of course, has a small mental breakdown, coming face to face with one of the world's greatest heroes, supposedly, and Kevin pulls Sabrina away. Sabrina's having a good old time with this thing. Kevin's like, this is okay. You've been doing a lot of self-destructive shit, Sabrina. We need to have a conversation about this, and suggests that they have an intervention at his place. Don't want even people like Gareth sitting in on this. So they text Chloe and Roz to meet at his place to have this conversation. They head off to do so, and not having gotten the message just yet, Roz and Chloe show up at gardening club, and Chloe with Roz's help, puts her plan into action to create magic flowers, given that the greenhouse of the gardening club is technically her doomed sanctuary, to make magic flowers that will be able to tell her if her friends are in danger. And Roz warns that it could be used to be eventually, voodoo dolls against them, but Chloe puts her powers into overdrive to make it so that anyone who tries to do that will instead be hurt by them. It's at this point that they see the text from Kevin and notice that Jimothy has made himself a little dirtbag as he is reeling from his encounter. And before we pick up with that precisely, we do have a note to do Chloe's playbook nemesis stuff, because we forgot to do so at the end of the previous session. So,
well, the nemesis stuff is basically, did she advance in fighting off her nemesis? I don't think she did anything.
Yeah, so if the answer is no, you mark your doom track.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Which fills it up.
Which gives me another one.
Mm-hmm. You take another doom sign, you have one more to mark, and then it's your doom arrives.
All right, well, I'm going to take infinite powers then.
And just fill up your doom track even more.
Don't worry about
it. I mean,
it.
both of the remaining ones. Well, no, all the doom signs mark your doom track. Of course, that's the whole point of the doom signs.
Exactly. It's just, it's just more potential.
Yeah. So what does infinite powers do for the folks at home?
I mark my doom I mark my doom track, and I can use hold on, let me double check. Yeah, mark your doom track and use an ability from any playbook once.
Yep.
So
So
so if anybody knows of any useful playbook abilities that I am not aware of, that would, like, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you guys are going like, oh god, if only we could do this one thing from this very specific playbook, I can do that, so remind me.
yeah, and so that is the abilities, not the moves. The abilities being like the power set that each playbook has. And so you could, for one time, take, for example, the Janus's ability to do energy absorption and do
Oh,
that in a scene. Um,
that's so cool.
yeah.
I'm gonna make a list.
hmm So yeah, probably want to somewhat familiarize yourself with the various abilities, but also, the playbooks are generally broad enough that if you think about, I want to be able to do this, it's like, okay, you probably can.
There is probably a playbook with that ability.
Yeah. But some
Got
of
it.
the other notable ones is the delinquent can do power nullification.
Oh, that sounds very Hemlock, actually.
Yeah. So yeah, lots of fun stuff to play with there. But so you and Roz see this text from Kevin, realize that, oh shit, you are running a little late. And after confirming that Jimothy is going to be okay, probably leave him a water bottle or something, start making your way to Kevin's house. And I assume you two would be taking public transit for this. And as you are going on the bus, because what did Kevin say about it other than just like, hey, meet at my place, we need to talk to Subrina?
Yeah, probably. It was probably like, we need to talk with Sabrina about what's been going on with her or something like that.
Okay. So as you are taking the bus, you have to, unfortunately, there's not one straight from school to Kevin's house. So as you are hopping off and getting ready to transfer, Chloe, you notice that Roz has been looking around a lot and keeping an eye on, the surroundings as you are going past. And as you are at the transfer station, I don't know why I said station, the stop at which you transfer, you start heading towards the next bus, and Roz is actually hanging back a bit. And Chloe, I'm really sorry, and I'll text the others about this, but there's something I have to go check on. I'll be there as soon as I can, but I think that maybe has to. I'll be fine. This. She is stumbling over her words, trying to play it down. You can tell she is nervous about this, but is starting to move in the opposite direction.
Hey, whoa, like, you are actually fine, right?
Yeah. I'm fine right now, and should be fine through this. But I need to go check on something and make sure that it doesn't follow us to Kevin's house.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess I'll know if anything goes wrong because of the flowers, so
Right, yeah.
if you need anything, just text us,
Yeah, will do. Okay, yeah, like I said, I'll be there as soon as I can.
Okay.
And basically, as soon as you give that okay, she turns around and starts running in the other direction. And remind me about the flowers, because my assumption had been that they stay at the sanctuary, but are they just like staying on your person, or are they communicating to you over long distances? How is that working?
I imagined that they would inform her somehow, considering that she's got like a symbiotic relationship with plants. They're like, depending on how far she is from the sanctuary, I imagine that the message could be delayed,
Mhm.
as it's kind of like relayed through plant life to her.
Yeah.
But I did imagine that they would inform her wherever
Sure.
she was.
That is good to know. Thank you. And so you continue on the bus route, getting to Kevin's house, and not too long after that, Kevin and Sabrina, what have you two been getting up to as you wait for the others to arrive?
I mean, probably just playing video games or something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do otherwise.
Sure. And I imagine, it may not be, a system that is available on the public market, but I imagine within AI, super advanced AI smart house, you can probably, something approaching the best game systems, or even, in a custom virtual reality rig or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, something cool.
Yeah.
Am I remembering correctly that our characters didn't see, but we saw at the end of last
Yeah.
time?
Yes.
Gareth speaking
Yeah.
French. Okay.
So yeah, that was something that the characters have not witnessed. That was a the post-credit scene, as it were. Who knows what that could be about?
Yeah.
Have any of you gone back and tried to translate that French?
Nope.
No.
I will never do that.
I bet
We're
Z
not
would.
RJ, okay?
Yeah. But so yeah, it's not too long after you get there that you hear the knock at the door. Elena announces Chloe has arrived, and allows her into where you are.
Remind me the exact message that Chloe got. Like, did the message say like, hey, come over here, we need to have an intervention with Subrina? Or is it just like, hey, we need to talk?
It was like, hey, we need to talk with Sabrina about what's been going on with her.
Okay, so like we do have that much information. Okay.
Yeah.
Chloe will walk in. Has she actually ever been to Kevin's house?
I don't know. Maybe not.
Oh wow. There's a lot more tech here than I expected.
Yeah, it kind of comes with the territory.
Hi.
Okay, so what did she do?
It wasn't that bad.
Mm-hmm. So our new cover for Jimothy is that we are the support team for the Golden Duke, because Sabrina turned into the Golden Duke and was like, this is why this is it, not a polycule, this.
I mean, honestly, probably better, right?
Was the polycule cover so bad?
Was it? I don't know. Do you want people to think you were all dating?
I kind of would prefer that to the Golden Duke crawling up our butts on this one.
He's not gonna find out. Plus, if he does, then maybe we get to see Hector again.
So basically, right, it's kind of, I'm thinking there's been some self-destructive behavior here on Sabrina's part. And Chloe, I don't know if you've been noticing that too.
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't know. I'm the cool one here. I let people do whatever they want. Like, Roz just like ran off on me and decided to like go check on something and refused to explain what she was doing. And honestly, more power to her, I guess. I don't know. Like, I'm kind of confused as to like what we're all doing here.
Just like Gareth being just the involvement of civilians and stuff and things. This isn't normal behavior as to what's been going on. There's just,
I'm an
I'm concerned
alien.
about. Okay, But assuming that what you were doing before was what we will call your normal behavior, it has clearly changed. And I'm worried about it, is what we're doing here.
Okay. Well, I mean, I just like the thing is like I can be whoever I want, and like, why not?
What do you mean, why not?
Well, I mean, who's like, well, who's it? Well, no one can do anything about it. I mean, it's not like I'm like hurting people.
Well, no, Sabrina, I don't think you would hurt people. It's more about people hurting you.
Like who?
Well, there's any number of bad guys that we fight on a regular basis. If they find out who you are, like, that'll make things really hard for you.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I'm just gonna be leaving anyways, right?
Yeah, but you still need to survive until you leave.
Well, yeah, but how's a villain gonna find out who I am when I can be anyone?
So, I mean, okay.
Let me
go ahead.
explain something to you.
Uh-huh.
You ever hear of like a witness protection program?
Like in the movies?
Yes, like in the movies. That's actually real.
Yeah.
So, like, let me just be clear with you. Every couple of years, like just uprooting your entire family and everything that you've ever done and having to go from place to place and start over, like that kind of sucks, actually. I'm speaking from experience here. Like it kind of sucks. I had to travel a lot for doctors and shit. It You guys are my only friends, okay? So like I don't want you to have to leave before it's time for you to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess, but I don't have a family here. I have two people who watch me and keep tabs on me. Not even that well.
Well, Kevin, help me.
Okay. So, I, I see kind of that. There's also another point I'd like to bring up, but let's start with that one, because it's probably the more pressing as it applies to you. Is just because you're going to leave doesn't mean that the stuff you do here doesn't matter, right? Like either it all matters or nothing ever matters, no matter what. And just treating your life right now like it doesn't mean anything, it's got to be bad for you in some way. I don't know how you work exactly or how you think about stuff exactly, but you seemed to have, pretty similar thought processes to us. You know, I I I I want to make sure the risk-taking behavior isn't something that is gonna actually hurt you somehow. And just because it hasn't hurt you yet doesn't mean it won't. And the fact that you're doing it suggests to me that something has changed, and maybe some of this behavior, some of your behavior, or some of the things that have happened to you and us have hurt you.
So what you're saying, Sabrina, is that just because you're gonna leave, that like the time that you have here is pointless, that it means nothing to you, that it can't be worth something.
No, no, it's just that like I, I mean like I get like you guys mean a lot to me, but so did Hector and Ego and and everyone else who's gone now. And if I like stay super attached to you guys, when I leave, it's gonna hurt just as much as it did when they left. You know?
I'm sorry. That's hard. I understand that. I understand losing people and life being harder from those things. But you know, there's no such thing as now. You know, we exist in this sort of ever changing, flow of time. And that means all things are temporary. And so if you're afraid of loss to that extent to where you'll try to never lose anything again by never having anything again, that you've already you're moving all the loss you will face to now and just losing everything now.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean,
it's okay to enjoy things.
I mean, I know. I don't know. I think maybe just all that kind of made me see how you're right. Time, there is no now, and there is no. I mean, I guess if everything's just gonna change, what's the point in keeping those restrictions that that people have put on me? I'm not like hurting people or like stealing things. Just guess trying to have fun.
Okay.
And
I get it. I really do. But consider the fact that if somebody finds out who you are, that's just another piece, another cog in the machine to find out who we are. And I don't know, like I've got a secret identity for a reason. Roz especially does. Like her mom is trying to track her down right now, and like that's going to be real bad for her. Right?
Yeah.
So if not for you, do it for us.
I don't want to hurt you guys. But
I know you don't. I'm just saying, like, there's a reason we do these things.
and I also assume you don't want to hurt Gareth or Jimothy, right? Because if someone finds out where you are and tracks your ship down and Gareth is on it, bad news for Gareth. And if Jimothy blabs about knowing the Golden Duke to literally anyone, one of the Golden Dukes in Nemesis could show up after Jimothy. I don't know any of those. I don't know if we could beat those people.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Shit, I gotta make him a flower too.
What flowers?
Oh, so Roz and I made these flowers that let me know if anybody's in danger.
Okay.
I had to use a little bit of your blood. Sorry.
Oh, do you need blood?
Only now, every now and then. Very small amounts.
Okay. Deal with that. So, anyways, that's basically
a little blood magic among friends.
My concern, Subrina, right? Like, if you want to be you, if you want to be openly from where you are or anything like that, I support it. I just wanted to make sure you're doing it in a way that's healthy for you and those around you.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Sorry.
And I also don't think you're necessarily wrong to try and learn how to maybe not distance yourself from people, but learn how to not let those losses so horribly impact you. But I don't think it means I don't think it means throwing the baby out with the bathwater. You know, doesn't mean stop having friends.
Yeah. I guess Flint leaving was kind of the last straw for me.
I'm sorry. Well, and you know what? They'll have portals. We don't know. We don't know if there just be an open portal between CERN and your planet. Now we could visit. You could visit. Do whatever.
You wouldn't survive on my planet. We don't have air like here.
Wait a second. Like,
I might be able to survive on your planet now.
You might be able to
I'm
survive.
technically an alien.
I guess that's true.
But wait, hold on. Last straw. Do you not want to go back to your planet?
No. I guess I kind of wanted to escape and go back as quickly as possible. You know,
Well,
if I don't get to see him anymore. And everyone else who left. That
I
was
guess that makes it this kind of bittersweet then.
But I mean, the hard part is I don't want to leave you guys. I mean, I don't want to leave you guys, but I miss my parent and I miss my planet. And I haven't been there for a long time. So it's kind of just homesick.
Hmm.
But I kind of considered it as a one-way thing.
I don't see why it has to be, unless CERN's just some real assholes about all this stuff.
Well,
Oh yeah, shit, CERN. I forgot about those guys.
I
I
mean,
mean, yeah, I'm not saying they're not assholes. We don't know.
I
But
know.
Oh,
They're-
you know? Are they assholes?
Yeah,
I
wait,
was
hold
there.
on.
I mean, I was kind of locked there for a few years.
Straight up locked there? Did you
Yeah.
escape?
No, I was allowed to leave for supervision. That's why I have the agents. But I started working with someone, Jessie. She was the one who kind of helped me understand this world and talk them into letting me stay here.
Wait, are your parents CERN agents?
No, they're government agents from the US government, but the US government works with CERN.
That
Huh.
seems wrong.
It's not, I mean, I don't know how it all works, but, you know.
Just saying, it seems wrong. I don't see why the U.S. government would be involved in a science facility in
Yeah.
France that was probably funded by.
Yeah, so it's complicated. It's a joint venture, but Jessie's from America, and she was the one who I was working with, and she made a deal with the governments, and basically the United States got custody of me.
Okay. Maybe we should find Jessie and talk to her. You said she, yeah. So her
Yeah.
about what she thinks of CERN before we further involve them in stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what my parent is working on and where it's going to open, if it's going to lock onto my signature or what. I don't know that much about the science. I mean, that's like really advanced science, so.
That sounds a lot like something that CERN would be really interested in. Do they know that your parent is coming here?
Well, Danae and Tyler do, so probably, unless the US government is keeping it under wraps for some reason.
Who knows?
Do you have an ETA on that yet?
I don't think so. They said they're close.
Huh. Might want to keep that to yourself.
I did move the stuff into my ship, right?
Sure, easy enough to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, all that communication stuff's in my ship.
Okay.
With Gareth. I don't say that. So,
All right.
I'll dial back the reckless behavior.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Hey, you're all right. I didn't realize that you were so torn up about everybody leaving.
Yeah. I mean, Hector was one thing, and then Flint and Ego had to go back, but I got that. I mean, he's like a superstar. But Maya, everyone. Flint just kind of hurt my heart more.
Yep.
I'm now realizing it might be within my ability to visit these people. Right? I'm pretty fast now.
I mean, I could always take my ship to them, but Flint kind of made it pretty clear when he left that.
Oh yeah, he's witness protection. And
Yeah,
shit,
because he's in witness protection.
Yeah. Also, he broke up with me, so.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that part.
Mm-hmm.
That's just standard protocol. You leave, you know, and you're never gonna see each other again. You should break up. Rip off the band-aid. Just do it early.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm surprised that he was that smart. This is coming from someone who knows him.
Yeah.
It wasn't over text message, right? You didn't get like a string of emojis that implied you were broken up. Okay.
No. It was definitely in person. I remember every word.
Okay. That seems much better than the emoji thing, right? I was very afraid that it was the emojis for a second there.
I mean, he would do that, but no. Anyways, we don't have to talk about that anymore.
All right. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's all fine. Just want to make sure. Okay. But yeah. So you need our blood. That's the thing. We need to go put blood in.
I thought you meant me for a second, and I was like, nah.
Yeah. No, I got enough of you guys for a little bit.
Wait, which kind of my blood? Did it stay red?
No,
where
not
did you
really.
get their blood from?
That's a good question.
Yeah, my blood's pretty recently changed, and before that I didn't have any, so I don't know.
You know what? You're right about that, Kevin. I should probably get a fresh sample.
Okay.
Do you want it now?
Nah, I don't got my stuff.
Okay.
But I do need to. Sorry, out of character. What was the name of our gardening club friend?
Timothy?
Timothy?
Jimothy.
Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking Jebri, and I'm like, no, that's our shadow friend. But I do need to get Jimothy's blood.
He might still be passed out.
Really?
I should go talk to him.
That's not good.
Oh, he seemed really weirded out that Subrina was the Golden Duke.
Yeah, I should go talk to him. What should I say? That I'm a shapeshifter? Not an alien, but like a shapeshifter?
Is there any way we can erase his memory?
There is. It's in the Doom playbook. It's one of the Doom's powers is memory manipulation.
Yep, so if you use your infinite powers, you can take it from your playbook.
But that expands your Doom track, right?
It does, but only by one. It's not a huge deal.
It's not worth it over Jimothy, to be honest, but...
I think that Chloe thinks about this and then talks herself out of it because she's getting kind of gun-shy around her powers.
Mm-hmm. I can go talk to him. I'll tell him that. I mean, I can't pretend like it's a magic trick. It's pretty big.
I know. Was there any technologies that it wouldn't be weird for you to have?
Oh, a hologram?
That might be able to do it?
What if it was a
that
hologram?
Like are street available?
It would be like very top of the line and would be surprising that Subrina would just have this, but it's conceivable that she would be able to get access to such hologram tech.
Do I have anything like that at our house? Or I guess you, Subrina, you can probably whip it up with your playbook stuff, right?
Oh, that's true.
just go make an alien hologram device that looks like
Yeah.
it should be from Earth,
And I can wear it, and I can like pull it out like an amulet, like bloop, bloop.
Yeah, we could let Jimothy act like he's the Golden Duke for a minute. Just be like, haha, we got you.
Should I make Timothy move out?
Timothy's living with you now.
Gareth.
Oh no, Gareth. Should I make Gareth move out, guys?
These
I'm
These
not
names.
going to tell you what to do. I think that's probably better for everyone, but also I don't know if Gareth is going to be a problem if he's
Yeah.
moved out. We've kind of already pulled that trigger. I don't.
Oh,
You
you
know,
mean like it's probably well, I mean he's just like a dude.
Yeah, but
My buddy, my pal.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like Gareth just knows what he knows at this point. Like, it would kind of be worse to just kick him out on the street with all of
'Cause
that knowledge.
There's Mr. Was his name Mr. Master?
You know, like, considering how much
Does he know about Gareth?
does know, Sabrina, let me know if you ever do decide to, end your roommate thing with him, because I might be able to do something about that. I'm not
Maybe-
sure.
Okay. Wait, what are you talking about?
Well, there's like plants can do a lot of different things, it's just kind of like, it's
Are you gonna kill
sometimes-
him?
No!
Oh.
No, that's
Sure
not
sounds
Garden always
like
needs
it.
more fertilizer.
Sure sounds like it.
That's not, no, I would never do that. It's just, a slight amnestic. That's all I'm talking about.
I still don't understand what you're talking about, but okay.
He won't be able to remember all the things. that
Oh,
you've told him.
okay. A+.
But it's like really hard to do and really big
Yeah.
magic and kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
morally questionable. So like only if he moves out, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll just rediscuss our boundaries.
Sounds like we're gonna have to do a lot of talking to people. Honestly, not the way we normally handle these problems, but kind of a welcome change.
Yeah. Okay. I'll talk to Jimothy tomorrow, and I'll talk to Gareth tonight.
Wait, so we're kicking Gareth out, or you're not?
No. I'll just
Okay.
re-emphasize how important it is that my identity is secret, and you guys, and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Cool. Well, thanks, Sabrina. Like, a lot of people wouldn't take a talk like this very well.
Really? Should I have taken it worse? Would that have been better?
No,
Oh
no,
good.
I'm thanking
do you.
did
Sorry.
a great job.
Sorry. Yeah.
You're just kind of a great person, so thanks.
Well, I know you guys care about me a lot, so I wouldn't think that you guys would like talk to me like this out of like I trust that you guys are actually caring about me and like telling me this because you care about me, not because you're like being jerkwads or something.
Hmm. Thanks.
Friendship,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, friendship. Kevin, what was all that philosophical stuff about like the whole like all of time being the same experience?
Yeah. So there is no such thing as now. It's an illusion created by your brain. Everything you're seeing is the past. Everything you're experiencing is the past. It took time for the light to get to your eyes. It took time for the sound to get to your ears. They didn't reach those things at the same time, and your brain had to cram it all together to make it look like it happened at the same time. So yeah, there's no such thing as now. We experience a false reality.
Interesting. I guess that when you're a big floating bug man, you have a lot of time to think about this sort of stuff.
Hmm. Yeah. It also didn't help when I had the super senses and could like hear people and then also hear thoughts and stuff like that. So it wasn't.
Right.
So you just hung out with a bunch of nerds?
I wouldn't say hung out. I more would mean that they exist within a parameter around me where I can
Oh yeah.
observe them no
Dude,
matter what I do.
Dude, I exist within the parameter of a high school. Like, I still have a choice of like whose thoughts I choose to listen into.
You
Yeah,
can hear
the
thoughts
only
too?
difference is that no, just the external
Oh.
ones.
Oh. So like what they say.
It's like people watching, but you just
Right.
listen.
Oh. I feel like I don't listen at all now that we're having this conversation. Like, I just kind of am.
That's
Just
another
excited to be here.
That's a really zen way to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. Well.
Anyway, I'm gonna go get that blood. So should I do that before or after you show him a hologram?
His blood?
Oh, Timothy's blood. Yeah, yeah,
Tomorrow?
yeah.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
After
Okay, cool.
school. Yeah. Do you want me to try and get in contact with Jessie?
Do you know how to do that?
I think so.
She's not like super undercover somewhere.
No, she was just a scientist, but she just worked for the government.
She's a scientist.
Yeah, that's why she was working at CERN.
Huh. It's really interesting, actually. She might.
So she just got like a Facebook or something?
I think Instagram.
Like, what's her field?
Shit, what is her field?
I wouldn't ask
If she's
normally,
at CERN,
but
probably...
Chloe specifically wants to be a scientist.
Yeah.
Like doctor type person.
You
Probably
don't
particle
specifically
physics.
mention in your document.
This is based off my actual cousin.
Aw.
Let's see. Cosmetology theory, data analysis, fundamental physics.
Yeah. Sounds right for CERN. They smash atoms.
She's
together
met Stephen
and try
Hawking
and find
twice.
new atoms.
Yeah. Wait,
Or new
here.
particles, not atoms. Yeah.
I love my cousin so much. She's incredibly intelligent, obviously. Also, incredibly good at art, and it's very frustrating. You can't have both.
That's cheating.
I've known people like that.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you check out her cartoon page, she has drawn all of those. It's frustrating.
God bless.
Anyways.
She's probably freaking out about the James Webb telescope images
for
that just
sure.
got released then.
Mhm.
For sure.
Okay. It's probably around this time that you notice that you all have a text on your phone from Roz, who's saying, running around the city, setting up wards. Sorry, I can't be there. Subrina, you're great, but also listen to Kevin and Chloe.
Thumbs up emoji. Laughing, crying emoji. You got it, dude. GIF. So, do you guys want to watch 16 Candles? I feel like I need to cry. Like, just to let out all my emotions sort of thing. Or we
Yeah,
can
I
watch
get-
Wall-E.
I get that. I like Wall-E. Can I see Wall-E?
Kevin, can we watch it on the projector?
Sure. Yeah.
Is that gonna be good enough to cry too?
Definitely. You've seen it, right?
Well, yeah, I've seen it, but I'm mostly been like analyzing it from like a post-apocalyptic sort of view.
Well, the end part where Wally's trying to hold up the plant thing, and Eve is trying to hold the plant thing, and she's just calling for the plant, and like Wally gets all hurt, and they go back to the planet, and like she puts the stuff and changes all the things, and then he wakes up and he's not Wally anymore, and then she gets really sad and walks away, and then like does the little thing where like they spark between each other, and then he wakes up and it's Wally.
Well, yeah, it's Disney. I figured that it would end
Yeah.
that way, but
I just really like robots.
robots are really cool.
You know, I am interested to watch sad things.
That's right, you can cry now!
Yeah, I haven't been able to cry in a while. I don't know what my reactions to these things will be.
Sorry, what a way to say that. I am interested in watching sad things.
Okay, Kevin, you go get that ready, okay?
All right.
I need to have a conversation with Chloe real quick. Kevin goes away. Sabrina turns to Chloe. Okay, so
What
I
do
know
I do?
no,
Is this
nothing.
an intervention?
No. Well, so remember how we talked about the whole kissing thing?
Yeah.
Kevin hasn't kissed anyone either.
I don't know if I like where this is going.
Well, it's just like I'm just like if it comes down to it, if you don't want to kiss me, you can kiss Kevin. I mean, if Kevin's okay with that, obviously. But like, it'd be a mutual thing, like friendship.
I'll take it under consideration.
Okay.
You can just keep a running list of all the kissable people. That would.
Okay. I have a list of kissable people if you want it, but I feel like it'd be less awkward if it was one of us.
I don't think that's going to change the awkwardness. Let's just go watch Wally.
Okay.
All right. Anything else we want to do this day, or do you want to have your conversation with Gareth?
Yeah, I think after the movie, Sabrina will go back to the ship and have a conversation with Gareth.
Does Gareth have a nickname for you?
I think he just calls me Sabrina.
Okay.
We're not like super buddies. He's just my roommate.
Sure. So you summon the Kirby craft, you enter, and he's like, "Oh, hey Sabrina, it's a bit late for a school night, isn't it?"
Yeah, but my friends wanted to have a conversation, and then we watched Wally, so like we were out pretty late.
Oh, Wally, I love that little guy.
Yeah, I know, it's so sad, but like in a happy way.
Yeah, and the part at the end where she puts him back together, but it's not him, and then they
They
spark and
yeah. Yeah. So I needed a good cry, so that was really nice.
that's good.
Yeah.
Good cries are good.
So like I thought maybe you and I could talk for a minute.
Oh,
I'm not kicking you out.
okay. Had me a little scared there for a second, but
Sorry.
Sure. What's up?
We as a group had a conversation about security, and we're just making sure, like, following the rules and everything like that, because I have not really been following the rules a lot recently, and apparently that's a bad thing. I see why it's a bad thing now, but so I just wanted to make sure, because you know a lot about me and a lot about my friends, and like we just want to make sure that we're still safe, and that like because you know a lot about us, that you're still safe too.
Okay. Yeah. I think I understand. I mean, I don't really go anywhere, so.
Yeah, I know, but like you haven't like tweeted or anything.
I mean, not about any of this stuff, just about, if I get any sick clips in Call of Duty.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure that you understand the importance of like keeping our secrets, and like I mean you weren't here for the Mr. Master stuff, right?
No, I was still at Hot Topic then.
Yeah, so like it's just good to like because it could happen, and like I don't want you to get hurt, and I'm sure you don't want me to get hurt, so
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be good, because I mean, if something happens to you and I'm in the ship, am I just stuck in here forever?
I mean, until someone gets you out. You can't drive it. You don't have the same brain length that I do. Brain wavelength.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't, because you were saying the thing about being safe, and I was going to ask, like, does your ship have laser turrets, and how hard is it to get in? But also, it sounds like someone would be able to get in if you know it got locked. If I got locked in here.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't have any weapons, so
Okay.
yeah. Just it can be camouflage, and then it's got the whole telepathic thing.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah. So I just like I mean like if Mr. Master finds the ship again, then and you're here, you're just I don't want you to be like collateral.
Right. Yeah. Kind of done. I'll just hide behind the sofa if he shows up, I guess.
You can go in your room.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. But yeah, so I just want to make sure that you know that, like, protecting my friends is really important to me, and that includes you, but also, like, we're superheroes, so we might have nemesises and stuff.
Ooh, yeah, nemesises. Yeah, those are never good.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, just, like, keeping everything on the DL and protecting our anonymity.
Yeah, I got you. Gotta, the secret identity. Gotta, have your tuxedo mask and your Sailor Moon and all that stuff.
Yeah, also not telling anybody that I'm alien is a big deal.
Right, yeah, yeah.
That could be
Okay,
like a
yeah.
government thing too, like they could get on your ass about it.
Oh man, not the government.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just wanted to make
the government. I gotta pay my taxes. And he rushes off, even though it is, September sometime and very out of date for tax season.
Yeah, I have to do taxes? No, I'm a child still. Right?
I'm assuming that in this utopia, our public school system teaches us how to do taxes and when.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna go so far to say that we're like the other countries out there where they just do your taxes for you.
That would be
That's
nice.
what it should be.
Yeah, as every other country in the world does.
Because America has a tax preparation lobby. So, yay, government.
Yay,
Anyway.
government.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else before we go on to the next day?
I think that Chloe will patrol for the first time in a while, but she's not really looking to take out any bad guys. She's mostly just like going out to look at these wards that Roz is putting up and like just making sure that nothing crazy is happening to Roz while she's out.
Yeah. And you actually do manage to catch up with her at one point. You can tell, like, she took the time to change into her fragment outfit, but aside from that, she has almost been going nonstop. And to your mind, at first glance, as you kind of figure out the places that she's been, she's basically putting magic graffiti up on various buildings around the city. There seems to be very little rhyme or reason to it until she, pulls out her phone and shows you one of the things. It's like, oh yeah, like how there are those running apps that show you where you've been. And she's actually been making like a magic circle around the city that kind of centers on Kevin's house.
That's really cool. That kind of gives me an idea, actually.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I study this for a while?
Sure. And, sends you a picture of the diagram and kind of fills in what she still needs to complete.
All right. Make sure you get some sleep tonight, okay?
Yeah. Sure. You don't get the sense necessarily that she's going to. Oh, before I forget, we should probably do some like comfort and support someone's or team moves for that whole intervention conversation.
Wow.
I forgot that I need to do a better job at reminding y'all to do that.
I'm just now remembering that, yeah.
So yeah, you all also have your team moves for when you share a vulnerability or weakness with someone.
Does that give us more team?
so the team moves do different things, but the comfort or support someone has the same effect for everyone.
Okay.
Which also adding one to the team pool from the start of the session. But yeah, so I mean, unless y'all really don't want to, you can all roll plus mundane to comfort or support someone for the group chat.
It's not gonna go well, but I'll do it.
None of us are mundane.
If it fails, you get potential.
It's a 7.
I got a 9.
All right.
Sorry, I have to hit the button.
Yep.
There we go. Wow, an
Okay,
8.
so y'all got the mixed success. So on a hit, they hear you. They mark potential, clear condition, or shift labels if they open up to you. So
do I mark 2 potential?
yeah. Yeah, I'll just say that y'all can do well. Okay. I'm trying to think how to do this for the group, because yeah, it makes sense that Subrina would get to do 2 of them. I'm just trying to think if your role counts equally for the both of them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? We'll say. Actually, everyone roll a second one, and then we'll just see how this goes.
All right.
Make a triangle.
Yep.
Triangle of support. It's very stable.
Nope.
Miss.
Oh boy, this time is
Wait,
not going
Chloe,
well.
Chloe.
One more.
So we all get to mark
Yes!
1 potential anyways. That was a 3, a 4, and a 2.
Yeah.
We're like this. We're like this.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I mean, so you all get to mark potential for the misses, and then we'll just say like each of you gets to do the one on a hit. So your choice of marking more potential, clearing a condition, or shifting your labels.
Ooh. When you shift your labels, you put one up, one down, right?
Correct. Yep.
Oh boy, oh boy.
I'm just gonna do potential. I have a kitten in a box, guys.
I feel like it's a dick move for me to not mark potential. I'm gonna advance.
Hell yeah.
Considering marking potential means if I don't mark enough potential, then I die.
Yeah, that is one of the things of the doomed.
It's okay.
How close are you to getting out of your doom? Do we get to know?
I'm not gonna tell you guys.
No!
That's the fun part.
Okay, I'm sorry. I will drop you.
Okay, I should probably spell things correctly in my notes. That
No.
might help.
Don't.
I mean, I'm the only one who's gonna see him, but it's gonna drive me bananas if stuff is spelled incorrectly. All right. So now that we've done that, yeah, Roz sends you, Chloe, the diagram of what she's been doing around the city, and tells you that she's going to get some sleep. Seems pretty clear she's not going to get sleep anytime soon.
That's okay. I'm not a narc.
Okay. So the next day at school, you all get there. Seems like totally normal day. You get a text from Roz that you notice it came in at like 3 a.m. of like, just got home, passing out, see you at school. That it is, start of school and none of you have seen Roz anywhere yet.
All right. Chloe will text back that she'll get her homework.
Yep.
Did she look like she was? Did it look like she was at my place when I left?
Yes. Yeah. Her door was closed. Yeah, I mean, you could probably ask Elena to check in, but I don't know how invasive Kevin would be.
Did I have super senses again? Do I hear her in there or anything before I leave?
Yeah, you get some Roz snores.
Okay, I'll leave it. Leave it be.
Okay. So day goes about largely uneventful. There are still people, whispering in the hall, and far too many eyes on Kevin. It's only the second day, but soon enough, something is going to happen and distract them all. And you do start seeing that, there's some announcements about it in homeroom that homecoming is coming up in a few weeks. And there's gonna be school pep rally and the football game and the homecoming dance, of course. And so this is like the start of trying to get people like, okay, get ready, this is gonna be happening. Would any of you volunteer to join the homecoming committees to prepare things, or are you not going to get that involved? It's totally fine if you don't. I'm just thinking I should offer that.
I don't think Subrina would. I think she's more of the I would rather just attend.
Okay. I should take fewer notes when I should be actively GMing. Yeah, I think as you all head out of homeroom, Chloe, you find Eve is waiting outside your classroom, kind of looking around. She nods hello and stuff, but seems to be looking for someone.
Chloe starts to walk past her, and then she just sort of stops and sighs, and then she'll turn around and say, "Looking for someone?"
Oh, hey, Chloe. I was hoping to say hi to Roz. Had some fencing things to discuss, but
right.
I haven't seen her. Is she?
She's taking a sick day.
That's a shame. Okay. Well. Yeah, I'll just see her. I'll see her tomorrow, or whenever she's back.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to tell her to talk to you? I'm already texting.
Okay. Sure.
I'm hovering over send. This is your last chance to say no.
No, go ahead. That's fine.
All right.
Cool.
Don't ever say I never did anything for you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'm gonna go to my next class now. Thanks. Bye. And heads the other way.
God, teenagers.
So Chloe isn't herself one. Yeah. At lunch, he doesn't approach any of you, but you all see that Jimothy is in the cafeteria with his friends and is, clearly keeps looking over at you all, specifically at Subrina, but is, trying to not make it a big deal. And, to most people probably doesn't seem like anything out of the ordinary. He's just looking at new Kevin as almost everyone else is, but there is something else to his demeanor that you all know what that's about.
I'll talk to him after school.
Yeah, is the hologram thing ready to go?
Yes.
All right.
Roll your +3 for your alien tech thing.
Okie dokie. Yes. But it won't work for a long time.
Sure.
Work for a minute.
Yep.
But it doesn't have to, right?
Mm.
Yep.
It's even better if it breaks while Jimothy is using it, and then we can just be
Right.
like, "Oh, Jimothy, you effed it up, but
Look what you did.
We're gonna let this one go because we really shouldn't have trusted you with this in the first place." And
This
Are
poor
we
kid.
mean to him?
Yes, we're bullying him.
yeah,
Is
because
there anything?
ideally we don't want anyone else in the garden club, right?
That's true.
Did I miss that?
No,
that we
you're
are
right.
okay with it now?
He's one of those really weirdly resilient kids.
And I will remind you, he knows his stuff about gardening, so like is able to tend to the plants to your satisfaction. But yeah, so you'll have that for later. Yeah, and we'll go ahead and cut to gardening club now. You've given Jimmy this amulet or whatever it is. Do you say anything else about it?
No, okay,
Or, like-
so no, Sabrina's going to approach Jimothy. Hey, so I'm sorry,
Hi.
I kind of played a prank on you yesterday. I'm
Oh,
not the Golden Duke.
Oh,
I actually have this thing. It's like really top of the line, and I used it for the prank, and I feel bad, so I wanted to show you.
oh.
And she will pretend to click it, and then like you see the light transfer over her, and she looks like Chloe. It's a
Oh.
hologram.
And like turns to where like Chloe is presumably tending to the magic plant
Yeah.
and like getting Kevin's blood in it. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you want to try it?
Sure. I
Yeah.
mean, is it programmed with specific people or how do I?
You just kind of have to like think about who you want to be.
Okay.
It goes out more off of like feeling.
Okay. And you see him like put on this look of intense concentration. He presses the button. I'm just gonna roll 2d6 to see if it works for him or if it's broken immediately.
Mm-hmm.
No, it just clicks.
Oh. Ooh.
Did I break it?
Oh,
I'm
I'm
so sorry.
no, it's finicky. You know those how expensive things are. Sometimes it like, you have to have I'll take a look at it. I know how to fix these things.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I misled you yesterday and played such a mean prank on you.
Okay. If it's broken, I'll pay for it. But and you see he is like devastated that he might have to pay for this.
You
Who
know
knows
what?
how expensive thing?
It's fine. It really is like honestly not a big deal.
I'm gonna yell over to Jimothy. It's $5,000, Jimothy.
But you know what? I have like 3 of them laying around, so it's not a big deal.
Oh, come on, Jimothy. Don't let her take you in twice. That thing's cheap as hell. Anyway, here, hold this.
He is just too much input right now, and so he just takes whatever Chloe is offering.
There's like it's like a red Venus flytrap that literally just goes "Gah!" and like bites him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that these things do that. Anyway, walks away.
There might actually be a problem getting my blood, as I upgraded my powers and I am now invincible. So I don't think I can cut myself.
Well, okay, so I guess I don't know if we want to nail it down so clearly, but I'm wondering if it's like, is it Luke Cage invincibility, where like the inside is vulnerable, and so you could get something from like your cheek or something?
Ooh, gross. Ouch.
I might be able. What I'll do is I'll try and like bite myself. Like I'll just like
Oh,
there's like
Naruto
scissors
style.
that are bent, and I'm just gonna be like, see if I can make myself bleed.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll leave that up to you if Kevin can injure himself.
I imagine he can. He's made out of the same thing that he is. Like theoretically, he should be able to injure himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you are able to get the requisite blood you need from your friends, Chloe.
I think Sabrina like sends Jimothy away so that she can be like her natural state. And you see her when she transforms into her alien form, she kind of like holds up her arm and then she kind of looks at it and then she's like holds up a finger and then she stands up so that she's on her back legs and you see her like two sapien arms that were her front legs. And she holds out one of those arms instead. So she's like 7 feet tall. Transforms back. Ow. Why did that hurt my stomach? Is that where my arms go?
As you are wondering that, not on the magic plants, but on some plants nearby, you notice there are a lot of beetles gathering and making a bit of a ruckus. And as you look over that way, you look at the greenhouse wall and you see that some bugs there have spelled out help.
It's a hive mind or whatever is.
Yeah.
Before you
Maybe
say
it is.
that, Chloe's like, pesky bugs, and like literally like starts like snaking out vines to go and kill them.
They flee before you're able to get them, but the ones on the window, you know, jitter some more, and then there's a small swarm that starts making the weird bug speech that hive mind does and saying, I need your assistance, or rather, we think there is something that you should see.
Are you okay?
Yes, but it is better if we show you.
This isn't a trap, right? You're not trying to like kill us or something.
I do not think that we could kill you if we tried.
Damn right.
But I think that is a good place for us to take our break. So we are gonna step away for a little bit, refresh ourselves, you know, get some water, get another drink, get some snacks, take your meds, all that good stuff. We'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back real soon. And we are back from our break, and there was a lot more kitten activity going on just a moment ago. It is calmed down. It's
See
fine.
him eating his toes?
Yep. Must be some tasty toe beans, Krieg. Anyway, we're not here to watch cats as much as we wish we could just make this a kitten cam stream. We're here, we're back, we're playing some more Masks. But before we do, some things I forgot to shout out at the top of the stream. I'm going to start with the more of a shill one first. We have some merch. I'm wearing one of our shirts. We have stuff that is usually, you know, stupid shit that we say in our shows that we have put onto shirts and mugs and such. We have some stickers, hoodies, etc. So you should check that out. We've got lots of good stuff there that supports the stream. But another thing that we are doing that is that we are also supporting is we have a campaign, a fundraiser going for the National Network of Abortion Funds, which is a group that helps connect people to safe abortion and make sure that they still have the access they need to it. We were doing our fundraiser to match $1,000, and we hit that goal this past weekend. So thank you everyone for that, which means that'll be, you know, $2,000 going to the network. but we're still running the fundraiser for a little bit longer. So even though more proceeds won't be matched, it's still a great cause to donate to. So you should definitely check that out. And there are all other great groups doing similar good work. All right. With that said, we were at Gardening Club, and y'all were getting bugged by Hive Mind, who was telling you that they had found something that they thought it would be best to show you. And so they do. I think I'm only just now realizing, like, every time Hive Mind has interacted with you all, it's been as civilians, and yet Hive Mind still knows. Hive Mind knows all, and so it urges you to change into your super outfits before following the bugs that it will leave to direct you to where it wants you to go.
I wonder if Hive Mind includes like mites and stuff like that that are just literally everywhere.
Maybe.
All right. So we're changing here in the gardening club. Jimothy's gone, yeah?
Yeah, Jimothy's still gone. He's gonna come back and find that y'all have fucked off once again.
All right, yeah, I'll change.
Light show. I've changed.
Slithering vines. Brah!
Do I just straight up Superman just rip off my clothes? No, I think I fly away for a second and come back, having changed.
Which is another Superman thing.
Yeah.
Or the Flash.
Yeah. So Hive Mind starts having, various flying insects guide you, small swarms that you all move quickly enough so it will, it's like following waypoints in a video game, and it's just like, okay, go find this swarm and then that swarm, and eventually leads you to a cemetery. And I need to change the music for this. And so it gets to the cemetery, and once you are there, some more bugs form up to speak to you and tells you, we noticed as some of our bugs were doing what bugs do, and you get almost a sense of hesitancy from this, of they're not sure how you're going to react to this, of feeding on corpses and otherwise. But we found that in some of the graves, they were empty in an odd manner.
Like there used to be bodies in it, or
Come, we'll show you. And they start leading you into the cemetery, into one of the older sections, towards where some of the tombstones are old enough and weathered enough as to be unreadable. And you find that for whatever reason, the earth around these graves appears to be freshly dug, freshly churned.
Oh, that is bad.
I'm gonna fly up a little bit to where I can get kind of a better view of the cemetery, and I'm gonna try and X-ray vision this place.
Okay. Trying to think if you need to roll for that. I don't think so, because you can just do it. And you fly up and you see that it's not too many graves. It is multiple. But it does seem to be, after a quick glance, it's limited to the graves that are essentially unmarked, whether actually unmarked or, again, just weathered from time. That they appear to be churned earth, and they're actually a bit sunken, as if there's not, the the caskets or the bodies in there anymore.
Is it like a couple dozen, less than a couple?
Yeah,
More than a couple?
It's probably a couple dozen or so.
Yeah, I'll just fly back down. Yeah, there's like a couple dozen of these. All unmarked graves. Or, tombstone destroyed graves or whatever.
It's weird.
Yes, and if you were to dig them up, you would find that what caskets or containers were in there have been melted, and the bones have been stolen.
This is seeming like some real magic type shit to me.
Yeah, we should call this in.
Yeah, good idea.
Start taking pictures for evidence.
Yep, and there's one that seems like whoever did this maybe didn't cover it up quite so well, and so you're able to see down into a grave, and you see that there was a casket, but part of it has been it's gone, whether it's disintegrated or what. It doesn't look like it's burned or anything, but part of it is missing, and you see the boneless remains of whatever body was in there.
So the rest of the body's there. We're just missing the bones.
Yep.
Does it look like the bones were forcefully removed, or is this magically the bones are gone?
It's hard to, it seems more like forcefully. I mean, it seems like they tried to keep the bodies as intact as possible, but the bones were still removed. Yes, you're welcome, Z, for this mental image as you are sick. But yeah, so it's not like they're just poof gone, but the bodies seem relatively unharmed for having their bones removed.
It's weird.
Yuck.
Gross.
At least it's not zombies. We got that.
Could be bastard skellies.
Honestly, I'm not too worried about either of them now that I think about it. But in terms of for my own personal safety, but zombies being contagious would be bad, I assume. I don't know. I've never really bought into that they're a world-ending threat in any feasible way.
Right.
Only if they can turn people by biting.
I mean, it's kind of like, what's the thing on how, a dog gets rabies and then every other dog on the planet has rabies within a few weeks? It doesn't. Biting is a horrible way to transmit disease. Also,
but what about vampires?
Main food source is also your main predator. It'd be like if every time you had to eat, you had to kill a lion barehanded, and also the lion's smarter than you and has guns. So zombies are stupid, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But yeah. Also, in cold environments and really hot environments, the human body cannot stand up to that sort of stuff, especially without protection,
Also, denim exists and people have it a lot. I don't know if you can bite through denim, but I can't.
Well, so you probably can now.
I mean, yeah, now, yeah, but I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
people can't bite through denim.
So basically, it'll be like the '90s again, where everyone just wears jean everything.
So what you're saying is that a zombie apocalypse is not what we need to be worried about. It's just one zombie paragon.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, gonna call it into the paladins.
Yeah, there's a line for this. One of the knights receives the call. This is why can I remember that one's name? So I'll go with a different one whose name I do remember. This is Vega. It's like, yes, hi, hello, what's up?
Hi, this is Corvid. We have found a grave robbery, but just like the bones of like 12 different people. These are our coordinates, and here's some pictures.
Closer to 24 also.
24-ish.
Wow, that's weird. Why would they take just the bones? Okay, thank you for letting us
Calcium.
know. That's an interesting theory. I have no idea if it's true or not, but at this point, any theory is a good one. But yes, please take what more pictures you can. Whatever readings you're able to, send it in, and we'll, I guess, be on the lookout for bones where they shouldn't be.
Okay. Do you want us to do anything else?
No, not yet. Just check out the rest of the scene and make sure it's not an active danger to anyone. Obviously.
Okay, will do. I'm hive mind.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when these were taken?
We suspect that it happened last night.
You weren't here?
We are everywhere, but we only noticed how many were affected last night.
Okay. You don't remember anyone else being here?
We were not paying attention at the
Right.
time.
Okay. Can you keep, like, an eye out? Or is that offensive? Can you keep your feelers out for, at the grave sites at different ones? Is it just this one, or is it more?
They kind of buzz in a contemplative way, and after a few minutes, and like the swarm that you're talking to disperses without really responding to you. But as you all continue to examine the scene, they eventually reform and say, yes, there are other burial places that have had something similar happen.
If we pulled up like a map or something, could you show us where?
There's a thinking buzz, and then an affirmative sound. And I know you all are probably going to pull it up on your phones, but I just had this image of like pulling out a big paper map of the city and just having like a bee do the like little dance of like, this is where things are on the map. But yes, it takes a bit to have the bugs understand what they are processing through your phones, but they do show you, a few more grave cemeteries around the city. It's only like 3 or 4 more.
All right, I'm gonna try and fly to him real quick and get an accurate count of how many people's bones we're missing here.
Sure. Yeah, it's gonna take you probably half an hour to check them all out. But yeah, you get the sense that it's not all the unmarked graves in the city, but they are only getting the like unmarked or weathered graves at each of these places. And yeah, it's in some places it's 1 or 2, in other places it's a few dozen. But you gather, all told, there are a significant number of graves that have been robbed. Not quite 100, but certainly high double digits.
All right. Yeah, I'll send that information to the paladins as well, and then show back up and inform everyone.
That's really not good, right?
It's gotta be bad. So I sees it as doing some kind of big spell. You need bones for it of people we don't know their names. The not knowing their names thing seems very magic-y to me.
Yeah.
Or yeah, skeleton army or something. I don't know. No matter what, probably magic and probably bad.
Yeah. What does Roz's mom do?
Roz's mom is. I'm never gonna get this pronunciation right, and I apologize. Susurrus.
Mhm.
And the powers that she is known to have is superhuman martial prowess, dark sorcery, and endless minions. But based on what Roz has previously described, the minions typically manifest as more like essentially the Heartless from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, I see.
So shadowy minions, which is I think why Roz was so suspicious of Jebri the 1st time y'all encountered them.
Okay, so maybe not Roz's mom, but definitely something.
Could still be. Could be its components for a spell, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe she's got a giant pot full of bones somewhere.
I don't like that.
What if they're just eating them?
It's possible. There's there's a game where there's like that offshoot of like zombie vampirism where they need calcium.
Whoa. Okay. Didn't know that. Now I know that. Dang.
Guess we better just keep a lookout for weird magic or skeletons walking around.
Yeah. I wonder if there's anything. Maybe we should do patrols.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Were there any major graveyards that hadn't been gotten to yet in the city?
Yeah, I mean it is a large city, so there are several that they did not get to. It does seem like, the ones that were affected are relatively close together, but that's more just like, being in the same quadrant of the city rather than them going all over the city to get them.
Okay. Or are there any other within a short distance from these ones that have been hit that haven't been gotten?
Yeah. There are some that it seems like, I mean, there are even some that are like in between two of the cemeteries that seem like maybe they weren't tampered with.
I got nothing. I don't think we can stake it out ourselves. Hive mind, if you think you could quickly alert us, like if it was happening, could you tell us where in enough time for us to get there?
We can try. But it's as you are contemplating all this and that you actually get a call back from the paladins. And it's Vega once again, and it's like, hey, so I said we would keep an eye out for bones being where they weren't supposed to be, and I kind of meant that as a joke, but actually it's turned out to be a thing. There's a bank robbery happening, and people are reporting that there are lots of bones there.
Okay, is this something that we should look at?
Yeah, it's probably good if you all attend. You're actually fairly close, but also you are the ones who are dealing with this already, so this is probably related.
Is it skeletons or is it just there's bones are present?
Both.
Okay.
But you should get there. I mean, they've taken some hostages, and it's messy. We're sending backup, but you all are the closest.
All right, you got it.
And she gives you the address, and it's a couple miles away, but given your various mobility powers, shouldn't take you too long to get there. And so you head out, and once you arrive at the scene, you see that the police have set up a cordon to keep more civilians out, and are megaphoning in to be like, trying to tell them to come out and release the hostages, all that jazz. And as you three set down on the site, one of the commanding officers approaches the three of you. Oh, good. Heroes, thank goodness you're here. It's definitely some supervillain spooky stuff happening in there.
Okay, what's going on? What's your report?
So, some civilians made it out before kind of went on lockdown. And as you glance over at the main doors, you actually see that there are bones shoved into the door to hold it barred shut, and not just through the handle, but a bone wall has been created of interlacing bones.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, we have some reports that were saying that it's lots of skeletons and bone stuff happening, but also there are people in there as well working with the skeletons. They all seem to be wearing it's like they were wearing bone suits, was how they described it. But we haven't been able to get in because they sent out a skeleton, and it talked at us and said that they have hostages, and so we've been securing the site, but we haven't wanted to go in.
While he was describing this, could I have been X-ray visioning and looking into the bank?
Sure, yeah. And it's basically as they described. There are a bunch of civilians, kept on their knees, grouped up. There are a few skeletons watching over them. And you see that there are a couple people who are, like was said, appear to be wearing bone suits, and with your X-ray vision, they appear as basically double skeletons because they've got their skeletons and then they're wearing a skeleton on top of them. But more interestingly, there is also some kind of quadruped, a large quadruped that is not anything that you immediately recognize that is in there, and it also has a double skeleton on it as well.
Oh, so it's not like some monster made of bones. It's an actual thing that's wearing a bone suit. Maybe. Okay. I'll tell everyone. So, some kind of weird, maybe an animal or a monster, I don't know, it's got double skeleton stuff, just like the people wearing bone suits. I'll point out where the people wearing bone suits are. Are they close to the hostages?
Some, but they seem to be more moving around back and forth towards the vault area.
So how many boneheads, how many hostages?
There are probably 24 hostages. It's a bit hard to get a head count of the skeletons, but maybe a dozen of them. And then from what you can see, there are 2 people wearing the double skeletons and the quadruped.
All right. So priority has to be saving the hostages.
Right. I can probably teleport in, as long as they're shadow. And I can survey from inside, or I can't teleport people with me, right?
I don't think that's in your power set.
Okay. I can get an idea of what's going on and report back. See if they're sentient or just mindless.
That's good.
More
Yeah.
information is always good.
Could how when I'm looking in, there's you said skeletons watching over the hostages.
Yep.
How close are they to the hostages? Is there any space?
Yes and no. I mean, there's like a couple skeletons that are like patrolling among the hostages, some that are just kind of standing around menacingly, and others that seem to be assisting those moving back and forth from the vault.
I just wonder if perhaps Hemlock could get some kind of plant barrier around the hostages, separating them out from
Yeah.
the skeletons.
And you can punch your way through the front door, break those bones, get everyone out.
That's a good idea.
But I should go in and check.
Yeah. See if that
the
would work.
layout. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. I am going to shapeshift into a moth.
Okay.
And then a black moth. And then I'm going to fly into a shadow and find a shadow within. Preferably up above. It's where I can get a bird's eye view. A moth's eye view.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. And so you're trying to get into the bank this way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, you're able to squeeze through the the glass front doors and weave through the bone lattice, and yeah, there's the hostages are kept in one section of the bank, and there are the skeletons patrolling around them.
Mm-hmm.
You see that this large quadruped is kind of guarding the, so like they're back behind the booths, the walls, the employee section, and the large quadruped is kind of patrolling the area that would let them get back out into the public area.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some skeletons there. There's one person who is wearing the double suit, and they seem to be kind of gesturing at the skeletons, and it's like seems to be the one directing them, they are next to the large quadruped as well, and you see that there are two more people, or no, how many?
You said there were about a dozen skellies.
Yeah, some skellies that are like piling up loot essentially just outside the vault, and there's another flesh and blood person wearing a skelly suit that is also carrying loot in and out of the vault.
Okay. Can Kevin do telekinesis still, or we can't talk to each other? Okay. I am going to create with my shadow manipulation power, just kind of up in like the corner of the like space that I'm in, create a shadow that and then teleport out back to where I was, and then change back into Corvid and kind of give them the lay of the land. I can create a shadow that will encompass everyone, that like the vault and everything. It's going to take a lot of my concentration to do that, but that can kind of give us some cover to get the civilians out. What was the, like, is there a direct route that I can like send like out a side door, or is a front door the best way?
Front door is going to be the best way to get them out, so something's going to have to happen to the bone lattice, and you'll have to either break through the structure that's there, or deal with the skeletons and the quadruped to allow them to get past that way.
Okay, but if I create a wall of darkness, basically, not that like it's a physical wall, but if I create a darkness bubble, can I leave like it encompasses everyone except for the civilians and the doors behind them, or are they like between the main exit and the bad guys.
Here, let me do some drawing on the map.
Okay.
Wait, let me change the color, please. Hello.
Hello.
Roll 20. Why? Why you do this? Hello, game, please.
What map are you on?
Okay, now I'm on map and background, but it's still not letting me change the color of what I want to draw, and it's gonna be kind of dark. Okay, so this is a very rough estimate. Got entrance here. We've got kind of a lobby. Here, let me go to a new blank page because I can't change my color and it's dark on dark.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got entrance here. We've got a lobby with table and chairs and sofa here. This place here is where like the tellers would be, and so we've got all the civilians huddled around here. There are some like offices and stuff this way. The vault is this way. Big quadruped is here. And there are some skellies in here as well that are apparently jellyfish. But so you would either, you would either have to like break down the structure that is here or get the civilians out and like around like this way to get them out to the front door. You're muted.
What if we just bust through the wall?
Yeah. How frowned is it if we destroy this bank a little bit?
You know that you are supposed to minimize collateral damage when you are doing superhero ops, but let's see. Next door, you have a clothing boutique on one side and like a diner on the other, and like these have been cleared out as there is an ongoing situation, but they are, businesses.
All right. So if we put up some kind of plant wall here, would that cut off the people from the skeletons?
Most of them. There is like another one that's, over here. But that would be most of them, yes. But then they would be, trapped there with the skeleton and the teller walls.
Okay. So, go ahead.
I'm having a plan.
Okay. Because if we do the shadow thing, I can be a distraction within the darkness. And, like, help distract those ones, but I wouldn't be able to help with anything else.
Hemlock, you can teleport through plants? How does your stuff work?
Yes, in a manner of speaking.
So if you made a plant wall, could you be on the inside of that to fight the skelly that's there?
Yes.
Okay. We don't know if the skeletons need to see or not. Probably don't, as I doubt they have eyes. So I don't know how much the darkness will hurt them. But it will probably hurt the people.
And the quadruped. And maybe if they can't see them, I'll help.
Maybe. So, and then you can get out of the plant wall, no problem, once that skeleton's done.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so yeah, I think this is a good, we start with that. We do the plant wall and the darkness stuff simultaneously. I can see in the darkness, I assume, as long as the darkness only stops human visible light spectrum, I should be fine because I can see the entire spectrum now.
It's just a shadow.
So I should be able to see still. I can go in. We can help fight the guys. Hemlock, you save the people and then join us when they're saved?
Yep, sounds like a plan to
Are
me.
we all comfortable with this?
Yeah. Oh, you have to bust in the door though, right?
I
Kevin?
will bust down the front door.
Right.
I mean, it's minimal damage. You can repair a door in like a day,
Yeah.
bust in a day. So it's not like destroying a wall. I think this is good. Yeah, I'll just fly straight in and see if I can just take out that guy, the ringleader, in one go.
Okay.
See if I can shoulder check him
All
or
right.
something.
All right.
Sounds like as good a plan as any.
Did I see any like plants in there?
I mean, there are a couple potted plants. You didn't check them close enough to see if they're actual
They're real
plants
or
or if
not?
they're fake plants.
Can you tell, Hemlock? Are they real?
Can
Plant
I tell?
senses.
Roll me 2d12. We'll see if they're real or not.
2d12?
Or 2d6.
Like, what system are we in?
A weird one. Let me
Yeah.
hit the button that does the d6s. This one, and then roll 2 of them. Brah. 11.
Okay, yeah, they are real plants in there.
All right. I'll go in, count to 10, and then go in.
Sounds good.
Sure.
Right.
Team.
Well.
What?
Sounds like you're entering battle against a dangerous foe. So
Are they dangerous? What if they're just hanging out?
They have hostages. We're gonna call them dangerous.
There.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how much I'm listening to this, I'm watching this, and I'm like, God, I really want to watch Criminal Minds right now. I have an addiction. I can't help myself.
Why watch it when we could play it?
We
right
can
here?
live it.
Okay. Enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team. Add 2 team to the pool.
Who's in charge of team? Oh,
Oh,
I'll do it.
Temple.
I'm doing it.
You're starting it.
Yes.
Yep.
You started it.
Stop it. Okay.
All right. Who are we designating as the leader?
Kevin.
Kevin.
All right. Does the leader have influence over every teammate?
Yes.
I think so.
Then add another team to the pool.
Oh, the
Does-
chaos era has begun.
Does everyone have the same purpose in the fight?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Add another team. Does any team member mistrust the leader or the team?
No.
No.
All right. You're good. Is your team ill prepared or off balance?
I think we're pretty balanced.
We went in pretty prepared. We made a plan and everything.
Look at us.
All right. Well then, I think we're all set. Pause for kitten shenanigans.
He was trying to, he like grabbed it and like couldn't get up, and then he tried it again and pulled herself up.
Yep.
Good job, buddy.
Gotta work on your pull-ups.
I know.
All right. Well then, let's go ahead and kick things off, shall we?
Yes. I moth it up, travel back to the shadow, take a surveillance of the land, and a like a mist of black just shadow encompasses everybody in very quick succession. Just not this, yeah, the part we talked about.
Yep. All right. So, which was what the why can't I change the color? This is frustrating.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
Is there
it
even a
makes it-
spot to change the color?
Yeah, it's just it's not doing. I will quickly refresh, but so you are cutting off the civilians
Yeah.
from most of the other
Here.
baddies. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Now I can change color. I just had
Yay!
to refresh. So shadow wall goes up.
And it's not just a wall, it is darkness encompassing this whole space.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this will be a plant wall, and then shadows just everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So,
the drawing's great, everyone. Yeah, I'm sorry you're missing it.
yeah. So for it covering such a space, I think I do need you to roll to unleash your powers.
Okie dokie.
So please roll plus freak. Okay.
I'm
yeah,
freaky.
it's fine. You are totally able to do it. That's a full hit, so you are able to cover that area. Not a problem.
I
I've
just
got
want. Go ahead.
I've got a number of mechanical things to cover when we get to it, and it begins with the wall. So
I'm just
Okay.
thinking that Corvid drops down from where she was in her Corvid form, and you just see in the darkness in this like black fog, the lights from her eyes and her gas mask just like start illuminating, and like there's like sort of this like wave of almost heat coming off of her because of the. So she's making herself as this like beacon in the darkness.
All right. Which side of the darkness are you on? Are you with the civilians or with the baddies?
I'm on the baddie side. I'm the distraction.
All right.
Like
so
there.
do you say anything or do you just appear menacingly?
I think she would say something. I think she appears and she just goes, "This is a bad guy situation."
You announce your presence, and the one that you all have kind of dubbed the ringleader here looks at you and is like, "Oh shit, it's Corvid!" And like the voice sounds very distorted as it is like coming through this like. As you take a look, you see that like there is a skull on top of this person's face and like a jaw, and like it is also has been like multiple things have been melded
Yeah.
to make it like more menacing, like a war mask
Yeah.
almost, and so it is garbling the voice somewhat.
You just see Corbin's eyes just like you can't see your mouth, but it's just like they know me.
Yeah. And so they, gesture towards you, and some of the skeletons will start moving your way. The quadruped that you now see is quite large. Stands at least 10 feet tall. Just seems to be all muscle. I guess I didn't convey the size of this thing before, but it is large. It is a beefcake and a half, and it is covered in bone armor. It starts growling at you, and you see the person who's been kind of going back and forth between the vault ducks fully into the vault at your appearance. But that is what happens with Corvid. What do Hemlock and Paragon do at this point?
Hemlock is going to pop out of a ficus. And first of all, her teleporting ability, she didn't tell anybody about this, is one of her doom signs. So I'm marking the doom track. And then she's got to power up her powers in order to be able to do her wall. So I'm going to go ahead and do the power up.
Yep, so please roll plus your conditions. Okay, you're good.
That's super good. I got a 10.
So you get 3 burn and no conditions marked.
Yeah, that's super good.
Yep.
I'm here to save the day, everybody. So I'm going to spend 1 burn to make that moat.
All right. So a wall of vines and plants springs up between the civilians and the other skellies. So there is one skelly who's in there with them, and you are kind of just on the other side of the teller wall, which does have the bulletproof glass there. So you'll have to figure out how to get through there to the civilians, but they seem for the moment to be fine aside from the one skeleton in there.
Cool.
All right. Paragon, how are you making your official heroic debut?
I'm just gonna fly straight through the door and just try and grab this the ringleader here.
All right. So I think I'm going to need you to roll to directly engage a threat for this.
Okay. So that
Okay, so on a 9, you get to choose one from the list. So resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I think I want to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Okay. All right, so I think easy enough to do. You fly at the door, you burst through. I mean, there's glass there that you have to break through, but that's nothing to you. You break through the bone wall. They whip around to look at you. A couple of the skeletons that are between you and them try and get in your way. You just they fall apart like bowling pins as they get to you. What is actually a bit surprising to you, though, is that the quadruped that's over there and you see kind of growling up at Subrina duplicates and appears in your way to get in the way of you hitting the ringleader. But so rather than grabbing the ringleader, you do tussle with this big, beefy creature.
Can he see in the shadow?
The quadruped, or
Yeah, because he's right in front of me, right?
Well, I mean, you don't know what this thing's senses are necessarily, but it seems to have determined, oh, there is a new threat that it has to deal with. But as I said, it duplicates, and so there's still the one growling at you, and there is another one that is like, with your momentum, Kevin, like you do bowl into this thing, and it knocks the ringleader back a bit, but you now have this new thing to contend with. As the ringleader does get kind of thrown into the wall next to the vault and seems a bit dazed, but there is a wrinkle in your plan, seemingly. But yeah. So that was all of you. So now the skeleton crew gets to go. So you hear, or so this person's been going back and forth through the vault, calls out, and voice is garbled. It seems somewhat feminine, and they say, "Bones, are you okay? The others, they're ready to go." I want to hear your commentary, please.
Is this the Flippin' Show, Bones? Is this the two characters?
I have never seen an episode of Bones, so if there's any resemblance, it is purely coincidental.
Some guy named Bones and someone played by Zoe Deschanel's sister. Is that what's?
I didn't know that was her sister.
I'm just playing Skeleton Appreciation Day over and over.
Yeah, but Bones apparently on the ground kind of shakes himself off and says, I'll be fine, Dee Dee. Yeah, get the money and get out. And Dee Dee apparently ducks back into the vault and is not trying to make their way out to the front door. And Bones is starting to brush themselves off and stand up. And you hear a couple sounds in the vault that sounds like metal is deforming, and yeah, it's a bit hard to tell as you are wrestling a big giant quadrupedal monstrosity to tell exactly what's going on. Speaking of the quadrupedal monstrosities, the one that is underneath you, Corvid, is going to not so much lunge at you as the head just enlarges and the neck stretches out as it tries to chomp at you. And so I forgot how to do combat in this game, because like I should not be rolling things, and there's not really saves for you to do.
You can either ask me how I avoid it, or you could do just take a powerful blow or take a condition.
Yeah.
It's a pretty, like, you do this thing game. No.
Yeah. So I think it is going to be harrying you for a bit, so I think you'll take a -1 forward for your next roll.
Okay.
As you are zipping around trying to dodge it, and like it will, you'll dodge one way and then the head will just go another. It's in this moment, it's a bit like Jake the dog from Adventure Time if he was a horrifying eldritch monstrosity and he's just like, not that he isn't already, but is trying to get at you. Let's see. Hemlock, you noticed that the one skeleton in with the civilians is kind of it's not attacking them yet. It seems like it is more so trying to move towards where Bones is, or the one that Dee Dee called Bones, to try and help them, but it doesn't have the intelligence to realize it's walking into the teller wall and can't actually get through it. So the civilians seem okay for now. And Kevin, your horrifying eldritch monstrosity is this one just seems to be getting denser and heavier as it is tussling with you. Yeah, and I think I would like for you to yeah, we'll also have you take -1 forward for now, as you are surprised that this thing is able to deal with your newfound powers and strength and all that. All right. Yeah, I think that does it for them. There is stuff happening in the vault that you all are not fully aware of. But that brings it back around to you all.
I think what I do mostly depends on what Hemlock does.
Cool. My plan then is I'm gonna spend a burn to snatch the skeleton.
All right. So you do that. The skeleton that was trying to get to its master just gets yoinked backwards, and
Just like it's like a scary movie. It just like gets grabbed and then pulled into the moat of vines and like jumbled around a little bit, and then I'm just gonna throw him back out on the other side.
Yeah. Very good. So the civilians are now as safe as they can be in the middle of this situation, but there are no more skeletons in with them.
Cool.
So good job. What
And I'm just gonna also sort of like creepily just like slither through the wall and like pop out on the other side.
Nice. With the civilians or with the baddies?
Oh, right, because I'm not in there. I'm just gonna like I'm gonna walk around and just stand at the end of that hallway.
Okay. So blocking the baddies' way to the front entrance then? Okay. And as you move into position, you hear a different voice from inside the vault say, the Hemlock's here too? What about the new guy? And you hear another voice say, who cares about the new guy? We gotta go. But Paragon, it is now your turn.
Okay. So I'm pretty tangled up fighting this beast thing right now.
For the moment.
Okay. Yeah. Does this seem like a real creature?
I think you can roll to assess the situation is probably. Oh, let me hold on. Is it? Yeah, I think this is going to be more assess the situation than pierce the mask.
Okay.
So please roll plus superior.
Ugh, I'm so bad at that. And I have -1, yeah?
Yes, just on this roll.
3.
Oh boy, so you get to mark potential, but you are too busy dealing with this creature to worry about whether or not it's real. It certainly feels real, and you worry that, you're pretty sure you're invincible, but maybe this thing could bite your arm off.
I was more like, do I have to care if I destroy it or not? But
I mean, it certainly feels like there is weight and heft to it, and
like, is this a dog, or did some guy make this out of
nothing? That's what I'm trying to figure out how to answer. I think with a 3, you don't know. It could be a real thing. It could be a construct of some kind.
All right, I will temper the laser blast then, but I'm going to try and just like get a little bit of space, and I'm going to just try and laser beam it with eyes, just my eye beams.
Okay, so I think that is going to be directly engage your threat. Now, do you have the move as legacy where you pull your punches?
Nope.
Okay. Then I will say, because you are intentionally pulling your punches, this will also be at a -1.
All right. So it 8.
Okay, so you get 1 from the list.
Okay. I guess I will create an opportunity for my allies.
Okay. How do you envision that happening?
Maybe the force of the blast kind of pushes it up against the commander guy or something and clears the hallway a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, so they're more Cyclops' force beams than laser eyes in this moment as you shove them back against the vault door, and this actually catches the leader Bones as they were getting to their feet, catches them at an angle such that the two of them are shoved into the vault and out of this hallway. So it seems like there's the one beast thing that is still menacing Corvid. There's like one more skeleton who is still out here with them, and then there's stuff happening in the vault still.
Okay, I think Corvid will say Hemlock to like get a status report.
The hostages are safe.
Paragon.
Yeah.
Should I go after the ones in the vault or help you out here?
Oh, the vault. Go after the vault. I've got this.
Roger. Yeah, hi. Hey.
I thought there was going to be a question.
Nah. I was asking for orders. Corvid is going to, I guess the shadow starts to dissipate as she moves, flies into the vault.
Okay. In the vault. Okay, now why won't it let me delete what I've drawn? Roll20, you are not being cooperative.
You just don't know how to use it. You have to romance it.
Listen, that's a conversation for off stream. In the vault, which will be down here, you see that, there's safety deposit boxes, places where it seems like they just had cash and, maybe 1 or 2 gold bars, but this place has been ransacked.
Mm-hmm.
At a glance, it seems like the safety deposit boxes have been melted open.
Mm-hmm.
And that there is also there's a pile of loot in one corner as they have been kind of gathering it there, which they had the pile of loot that was out in the front as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got more loot in corner over here. There are half a dozen skeletons in the vault as well that turn and face you as you enter,
Mm-hmm.
and you see that the non-skeleton figures are by the loot, but they are disappearing.
Okay, so the masks that they have, is there anything covering their eyes?
No, the eyes are open so that they can see.
Okay, Corvid is going to fly in, see the skellies, see them, and just go, "Hey!" and make them look at her, and then she's gonna flashbang him.
Okay, I need you to roll to provoke someone to see what they do, because they know you're Corvid. They're aware of your power set.
It's a 7.
Okay, so provoke someone. On a 7 to 9, they can instead choose one. They stumble, you take +1 forward against them. They err, you gain a critical opportunity, or they overreact, you gain influence over them.
I'm gonna make them
Okay.
and I'm gonna basically make them just like, I'm gonna blind them for a second.
Sure. So they turn towards you. You hear one person say, "No, wait!" and then you flashbang them, and sounds like 2 of them are groaning. And those are the ones that you see, but the skeletons are unaffected as they start grouping up, and like they meld together into a bone horror and like rise up into one bigger skeletal abomination to stand in your way.
Cool.
Okay, I think that brings us back to, or no, have you all gone at this point? Okay, so what happens next is, Bones and one of the beasties were knocked into the vault as well over here. So what happens then is, as they go, is that Bones kind of reaches out with their arms, appears to be intensely concentrating, and a wave of bones erupts out of like their clothing. They had like a bag. There's just a bone explosion that reaches out and like reforms to sweep up under them and carries them over to the corner where the other 2 were. The dog creature thing that was out here. What does this one do? This one fades out, as it will just like, much as the duplicate appeared, this one will just like shrink down into nothing and then poof. As does the big dog creature that is in the vault as well. So the big beasties seem to have vanished. All the bad guys seem to be in the corner here. You hear one of them saying, "See, I told you that you would need me here." And Corvid, you're kind of able to see as the bad guys, now that Bones is grouped up with them, there's Dee Dee and the other one that you blinded. They all vanish before your eyes. And so it seems like there's just the skeletal abomination that is still here to deal with. Stuff is happening off screen, and that is it for the bad guy's turn. We can finish out the fight of y'all taking apart the skeletal abomination, but given that that's all that's left, we can.
Can I get to the spot where they were?
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be easy enough to do. The skeletal abomination maybe swipes at you a bit, but as you get there, you see that there is a hole in the corner of the ground that has been filled in with bone marrow.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna bust open the hole. See where it goes.
Okay. Yeah.
Is Hemlock getting people out at this point?
can do that,
There's no
yeah.
more skellies, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I assume the way that this combat concludes is that Hemlock realizes that like the bad guys got away and that the abomination's all that is left. She turns around, just sort of like watches Kevin punching on it, and is like, "He's got it." And then she'll go and escort the hostages out of the building.
Yeah. So probably takes a couple minutes to, break the abomination into enough pieces that it can't reform. And by the time that you're able to get over to the hole, Kevin, you bust it open and you see that it does lead to a tunnel that they have left, a bunch of like bone spikes to try and deter anyone from following them, but it seems to go for a distance.
Do you want me to follow? Do recon?
Let's contact the
Paladins.
Paladins, yes, and see what they think we should do.
Okie dokie.
All right, and the word comes back in that once they confirm that you've got the hostages out and the civilians are all fine, that they want you to hold for reinforcements and not to pursue at this point in time, because they don't want to risk you heading into a trap of some kind.
Turns to Kevin. Do you want me to go?
No, let's follow the rules. We're kind of in trouble right now.
I guess that's true. Hemlock, that was killer.
The opposite, actually. I was preventing death.
Right. I mean, like, very cool.
Oh, thanks. I liked the flashbang thing. That was cute.
Thanks. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Good job, Kevin.
thanks.
Paragon.
Yep.
Sounds like
Think
y'all
we
are
should-
doing triumphant team moves, sharing
Yeah.
a moment of celebration.
I think that we should. I think we should do a high five.
As the freeze frame ends on the group high five. Let's see. Two vignettes. So take a look at those celebration team moves, because I do want us to do those. 2 vignettes as we end. Way down the tunnel. It leads eventually into the sewer system. And what we see is some splashing in the sewage. We don't see anyone, just some splashing happening. We see a manhole cover being removed, people climbing out into an alley, and there's the sounds of exertion, and one of the money bags appears on the ground, having been dropped by whoever was carrying it. Then a person reappears, and then another, and then another. And they are all wearing skeleton outfits. And they are tired and exhausted, but they quickly pick up the money bags, move them back over to one area of space where they seem to vanish again. And there's a voice that says, "All right, I'll take these, get back to the clubhouse. You all need to go clean up. You smell like shit. And lay low, go get Froyo or something, go do normal teenager shit. We'll meet back up later. And the three that we can see, including a now much smaller bestial creature, the bone armor whips away, goes back into whatever holding dimension they are, and we can see Anna Jones, Eve Lawson, and Joseph Bryan with his guide dog, Doggo. Meanwhile, elsewhere across the city, Roz has just finished putting what she thinks is the final ward up that she needs to do to complete the circle. She is tired and exhausted from a long day of doing this. And as she decides to take a seat back, because she's done this on a roof, there's like one of the air conditioning units, she's leaning back, breathing a sigh of relief. And there is a surge of shadow that overtakes her, and a voice that says, "Gracias, mi hermana. Completing that spell just helped me pinpoint where you were." And so that is where we are going to end things for tonight. Sorry, Z, I kidnapped your character and you're not even here, but you kind of told me I could do it before. Okay, before we get too far separated from it, I do want us to do the celebratory team moves that you all have. Don't all go at once.
All right. Yeah. I think, we're all there. We're doing the group high five. And I'm just kind of, yeah, that was amazing. You guys did so great. I think we're coming together as a team. I know we've been a team for a while, but this one really felt like some straight up teamwork shit. So.
Like we actually knew what we were doing?
Yeah.
We do know what we're doing. We've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, but this time we actually acted like it. Feels good.
Do we want to go check on all the civilians and pose for candid photos of us helping them?
No, I don't want to do that. Do you want to do that?
If I know the do you?
I sort of feel like I have to now. I don't know. Feels weird.
I had my minutes of fame when we had our streamer guy, and I think I'm okay.
My brand is mystery.
But you could go.
All right. Froyo after this?
Sounds great.
All right. Yeah, and I'm going to fly out and start checking on people. I've been watching videos of Paragon, and I just want to really act like him.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. What do you get? What do you get with your moment of triumph?
So, for your triumphant celebration with someone?
I tell them if I see them as equal, which I kind of feel like I did with you guys did a great job and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do, I give you influence over myself, and I mark potential. So you each get influence, and you already have it.
So you'll each shift
both
labels
get
one up and down.
That's what labels.
We get to shift his labels?
Yes, if
Mhm.
you already have
Both of
influence
us?
over someone and you get it again, you shift a label one up, one down.
Can't we just
Kevin, you
take?
fool.
Can we just take experience?
He gets the potential. You get to shift the labels.
I'm just gonna undo whatever you did today. I'm gonna be that chaos gremlin. Don't touch it. We have to do this for the next part, anyways.
Yeah.
Shift one up and one down. I'm gonna drop superior because of that. I'm gonna up your mundane because you you're getting closer to people, you're interacting, you're putting yourself out there. It's beautiful. And then it's just right back down again. Perfect.
Yep.
In every way.
LB wasn't lying.
Excellent. All right, what does Corvid get for sharing a triumphant moment?
The same thing.
The exact same thing?
Yeah.
Everybody gets a different. Well, I mean, like mechanically, yes, but like, is there something different at all?
Take influence over there if you show them a meaningful affection.
Meaningful affection.
Well, so this would be you taking influence over them. So you would shift their labels, not them shifting yours.
Do it again. Shift our labels.
This is my least favorite part of the game.
Shifting the labels?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're really supposed to just go wild with them and move them all over the place more than we even are.
We're teenagers. We're still figuring out who we are.
You've got hormones and emotions.
It's all over the place, baby.
All right. I'm gonna down your Chloe's savior up mundane.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do something with Kevin's. So, I don't know, man.
I'm gonna do something.
And
because then we have end of session stuff as well, which is the same thing.
All right, so here's my thing. When you share a triumphant celebration with someone, give them influence over you, and spend one team from the pool to clear one box on your Doom track.
Oh, see, that's important.
It's very important. It's super good. We should be celebrating more.
Yep.
Let's do it over every little thing. Let's get involved in high school sports, and then
I would quit. I would quit the game. Absolutely.
Oh my god. It's the one thing keeping me alive, Subrina.
Me?
Triumphant celebration.
Triumphant celebration.
Oh, I see.
All right. Which means you both got influence over me, so you've got to get in there and do the gym jams.
Okay.
Nudge my stats, yo.
LB is.
I'm not doing it again. I'm not. Oh my god.
All right. We both get it. You could literally just do what you said.
I'm doing it. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Okay, it's not moving.
Okay.
Cool.
Not moving.
I already moved both of yours. I'm not doing it.
All right. So then let's go to the actual end of session stuff. Before we forget, Chloe, your nemesis stuff.
I don't think we did anything, no.
Nope. So mark that Doom track. Undo what was just undone.
We'll get a quick triumphant celebration in next time to undo that.
It's so funny because I specifically took like the Doom thing that like makes this particularly hard. Like what brings your Doom closer. I picked talking about it openly, and the only way that I'm gonna fix my problems is by talking about them.
Yep, so just gonna have to start celebrating every little thing to undo it. But okay. Now for the actual start and end of session stuff. At the end of every session, choose one. Grow closer to the team. Grow into your own image of yourself or grow away from the team. If you grow closer to the team, you explain who made you feel welcome, give influence to that character, and clear a condition or mark potential. If you grow into your own image of yourself, explain how you see yourself and why. Shift one label up and one label down. Or grow away from the team. Explain why you feel detached. Take influence over you away from another character. I feel like Elby's going to choose that one just so there isn't shifting labels, even if it's not the most accurate to what happened for Subrina. And then also, please think about your stars and wishes. So if anyone knows what they would like to do, go ahead and start.
Mhm. I'm gonna grow closer to the team, but I'm going to give influence to Kevin. And I can either clear condition or mark potential. I'm gonna mark potential. Because it's important to my survival. So you can get in there and nudge my labels around there, David. My stars for today is the fucking prestige of our teenage friends from school being the bank robbers. That was completely blindsided me, but makes so much sense in retrospect. Fucking love it. Mwah. Kiss, chef of good. Yes. My wish. What do I wish? What is my greatest desire? I need to remember to fight my doom. That is my wish. I will fight my doom at a later date.
That's a good wish, because we're running out of time on that one.
It'll be fine. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right. David or LB?
I think Corvid, I think she grew closer to the team, but I also think that she grew more into an image of herself because she kind of had to self-reflect there after the conversation. Yeah, so that's mine. Stars, how flawlessly we executed our plan. Well done. And like the collaboration on that, amazing. And then wish, homecoming? More homecoming stuff, I think.
Okay.
All right. Oh, and Chloe, I moved your mundane down and your savior up.
You know what? That's beautiful. Thank you.
You saved all those people. All right. So so I think I'm in a similar situation as Subrina in that I kind of feel like I grew into myself and grew closer to the team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I probably, as much as I want to get that other potential to get a thing, I think I probably grew more into the image of myself than anything.
Sure.
So that means I shift my own labels, yeah?
Yep.
All right.
And your stars and wishes.
Stars and wishes. I think my star is just going to be the intervention as a whole. That was really fun. And Sabrina crying over Wally was hilarious. And yeah, it's just a good moment. And wishes are, I wish we all become heavily involved in the bank robbers as friends or dating them or anything. They need to be our best friends. Let's all get destroyed by this. Or maybe it's, maybe we save them and they stop being bank robbers. Or it's a Catwoman situation for everybody involved. Anything is great. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about leaving more misleading clues of like coming up with even more NPCs, but it's already hard enough for me to come up with with this many NPCs to give to have that many would have been a lot. Let's see, my stars and wishes. I think my star was for the encounter in the bank robber, because I think this is gonna sound a little bad at first, but I think this was the closest I've come to a like GM versus players moment, but in like the oh shit, they might actually foil my plan of having the bank robbers get away. Like, how do I make this still work so I can do the reveal? And because yeah, I would have, still would have figured it out if y'all had fully succeeded and stopped them, but it would have kind of, we wouldn't have been able to do the Catwoman thing of like the NPC funness there. So having to recalibrate plans on the fly was fun. And then a wish, is to see how y'all react when you learn about Roz being kidnapped by her mom, because that's going to be a whole other thing as well. But that will have to wait until next time, because we are over time now. Because I did not account for how long the team celebration stuff would take. But let's see. So thank you everyone for joining us today. Just going to quickly plug the important stuff of we are still doing our fundraising for the National Network of Abortion Funds. And while we did hit our goal of $1,000, which will be matched to donate to that great cause, the fundraiser is still going. And I know that some of our other games have donation incentives for ways to actually influence the games in the moment. So maybe you'll be able to see some when this channel is live again on Thursday for Elegant Creatures, our Urban Shadows game. But I think that's going to be it for us for tonight. Any of you have things you would like to plug or promote before we sign off? All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you to my players for putting up with more of my bullshit as usual. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.